Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the pros and cons of travel social work. But before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn on those notification bells so you can know when my new videos are live. And follow me on Instagram. I'm always on Instagram, okay? My Instagram name is _the_prototype. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So I have my notes here. So if you see me looking down, that's why, because I need to keep my thoughts together while I'm doing this video. So one thing I love about travel social work is the money. You know, you make a lot more money. Just your base weekly rate is usually a lot higher than a lot of social work jobs across the nation, but also you make a lot of money because a lot of the money that you earn is not taxed because you're on a travel assignment away from your home. And the idea is because you have a tax home, you get all this non-taxable money because you are duplicating your expenses. Like you're paying rent home, you're paying for housing expenses at home, and you're also paying to stay somewhere else to complete a job. So that's why you earn so much money. That's why it's not taxed, okay? And I mean, you make a lot more money and that's why I love it. Another good thing is that you're able to travel the country and explore. I love that. Of course, I'm only on my first assignment, which I'm still here in DC, and I extended my assignment for another 13 weeks. So I love that I'm in the nation's capital. I love that I am able to explore, try new foods, see new sights, and just be in a whole new area, meet new people, etc. I love that aspect about travel social work. Even though I haven't traveled anywhere else yet, I love the potential of it. I also like that you're not like too invested in your work environment. Like you don't have to be involved in work politics. You don't have to be involved in work drama because you don't really work there. You are just there to do your 13 weeks or whatever, and then you're gonna go. Like you don't have to be too invested. But I know that some people do find value in being invested and involved in their work environment. Not in the drama, but like trying to, you know, be involved in policy change and things like that. And so that's kind of a downfall too. But if you kind of just like to do your work and go, travel social work is perfect. Yeah, I'm kind of like that type of person. Like sometimes I do want to see change within the organization that I'm working in, and I may, you know, assist in some low-key way, but I'm never the type, I have not yet, I should say, been the type of person to like spearhead some type of change within the organization. So I do like that I can just do my job and go. Another thing that's kind of related to that is that your assignments are so short. So if you don't like the work assignment that you're at, but it's bearable to do for a few months, you do your 3 months and then you go. Like you don't have to stay there. You know, if you don't like your coworkers, you don't like doctors or whoever you're working with, you're not gonna be there forever, and you're not gonna break anybody's heart when you leave because they know you're gonna be leaving, right? So I do love that it is temporary work. I think at this point, travel social work is kind of picking up steam, and a lot of people, like hospitals and social workers, are becoming aware of travel social work. So you can travel pretty consistently. I've already locked down my next assignment that I'm going to start in August, and it's the beginning of July. I locked that down in June. Okay, so you can work consistently. Of course, some assignments may be competitive depending on the location or the type of job or whatever the case may be, but I think that you can work consistently at this point. That's what it seems like to me. I also love that you're building more skills, you're getting more experience, because if you've been watching my videos, the bulk of my experience within medical social work is in the ER. So a lot of psychiatric assessments and things like that. But now I'm working in a completely different unit. I don't work in any mental health, no psychiatric related anything, completely different. And I love that I'm exposed to a new population. I'm learning about new medical things and terminology, and I like that I'm building my skill set that way. Another thing is that you can do travel social work within your own state, okay? My next contract will be back home in Washington State, which is great. I need to go back because if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I broke my ankle and I'm still recovering, so I need to go back home just to be around family and just be able to save money because sis got a lot of medical bills now. So I need to just go back home. Oh, I do love that if you are kind of like, maybe if you need to go back home and do like a local contract, you have that possibility. or if you are kind of afraid of starting travel social work, you don't have to like completely leave your state. You can start off in your state too. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the cons, because I do have a list of cons. Okay, you can become lonely when you're traveling. You're away from your friends, you're away from your family, away from, if you've never moved around before, you're away from the home that you know, and you're thrown into a completely different environment, and you're expected to thrive, and that can be a lot. That can be overwhelming. Like I've said in previous videos, I have not felt lonely. I feel like I'm like on a very long extended solo vacation, but now I'm starting to feel lonely. But that's mostly because I'm recovering from my broken ankle, and I'm literally doing nothing. I'm like going to work and then coming home, and it is boring as fuck. So now I'm starting to feel lonely, but before that, no, not at all. But that is something that can happen. Health insurance, this is a big one because health insurance is very important. If you are working on an assignment, most agencies will offer you their agency health insurance. But the thing is that if you don't continue to work with that agency, your coverage will end, I believe, either at the end of that month or when your assignment ends. Okay, and then if you go with another agency, then you're gonna have to sign up for their health insurance, and you may have to wait until that kicks in. So there can be gaps in health insurance. Also, like if you decide to take a break in between assignments, you're not going to have coverage. I do believe that most of them will offer you COBRA, but we all know COBRA is expensive. So the only other option is to, if you're married, then you can be under your spouse's insurance. If you're young enough, you can be under your parents' insurance. But you can also do marketplace, or find some type of like health insurance agent or broker or whatever. I just signed up for health insurance through the marketplace, which will kick in a few months. So I'm not going to be taking any agency's health insurance because I do not want a gap. You know, emergencies happen, shit happens. I want to be covered all the time. Okay, so that's one thing to keep in mind. And if you do like marketplace, it's not going to be nearly as cheap as it would be if you take your employer's health insurance. So it's kind of like you have to weigh both options. Either you don't pay a lot, but you potentially will have a gap in coverage, or you pay more and you're going to be covered throughout the year. So definitely have to weigh your options. One thing is the constant moving. You know, your assignments are typically only 13 weeks, and so you're going to be expected to pack up and leave. So again, let me rephrase that, okay? You're going to be somewhere for about 3 months, and then you're going to have to pack up and leave and go somewhere else for maybe 3 months. You're essentially living out of your suitcase, and because of that limits how much stuff you can have, like you can buy or take with you. You really have to keep that in mind, that you're literally like, what are those people called? Where they like travel everywhere? Nomad. You're nomadic. You're living a nomadic lifestyle. You also have limited on-the-job training at your assignments. You are expected to kind of just jump in head first, feet first. Is it head first or feet first? Whatever. But you're expected to just jump in and be successful. If not, you could get canceled. That is a possibility. But it's sink or swim. There's also a possibility that your work environment may not be friendly to travelers. I've heard stories of other colleagues and staff not being friendly to travelers. That's a possibility. You may or may not care depending on what type of person you are, but if you're the type of person who wants to befriend or get to know all your coworkers, that may be a lot for you to handle, walking into a work environment that is not embracing you or friendly. Your contracts can be canceled at any time. If your hospital no longer has a need for you, you can be canceled. Typically, they're supposed to give you some type of notice, but you know, business is business, and people be doing some crazy shit. So you can get canceled during your assignment, before your assignment, like a few days into your assignment. So the work is not promised. And another thing is, with the constant moving, you may feel like you're literally not. It's not even may not feel like you are not laying roots. You're not stable anywhere. And that may be a lot on you if you're someone who wants to make a lot of friends or build community or start a family, get married, whatever. It's going to be rough on you. And that's something that I've been thinking about a lot. Like, I want to build more community around me. I want to get married. I want to find a partner. But that's going to be tough on me since I am going to be a nomad for some time. Like I don't plan on stopping travel social work anytime soon. So that's something that's going to be rough. So that is the end of this video. If you have any questions or you need some clarity about anything I said, leave me a comment down below. You can also DM me at @theprototype_. I would love to answer your questions there. And also let me know if you want to see any other type of videos on travel social work or just social work period. I'll definitely make more videos for y'all. But thank you guys for watching. Oh, and one more thing before I forget, the most important thing. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and turn on the notification bell so you can know when my new videos go up. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.